right, if you saw the video of me installing the lock nut on this Baretta Special, I said that next I was probably going to do the trim, but the string bar, string retainer bar, I don't know, whatever you call it, came, and so you know what? I'm going to pull that on real quick. And of course, because it's Sweetwater, we get the little, and some more candy, which is awesome. What do we got? Ooh, Laffy Taffy, cool. And then, yeah, just the little bar. So, yes. If you're not sure why you need one of these, if you have a Floyd Rose lock nut, then when you run your strings over the nut, they only hit like right on this side of it. So a lot of times, depending on your angle of your headstock and the angle of the string to the tuner, and they don't always hit here. Here's a picture. I'm gonna take a picture, and this picture right here shows what it looks like without the locks on, and how the strings are not touching this part of it. And so then when you put your locks on and tighten them down, it'll push the string down and pull the string tight, and then it'll go sharp after you've got it tuned. Well, if you have that bar on there pulling it down, then it's tight all the way across there, and so when you lock it down, it doesn't affect the tuning at all. So that is what that bar is for, and that's what we're going to do now, is install it. So yeah, here we go. Alrighty. This should pop open pretty easy. Make sure you don't lose the screws that are in there. That's just the screws I took out of there. And then there is the bar. And there's a flat side, and that goes to the top, and then the rounded side is what sits up against your strings. And yeah, so now I just have to position it correctly. And what you have to do there is I have to set it, you know, somewhere in here where it's touching all of the strings so it can push them down, but still somewhere I can leave room to get my truss rod adjustment wrench in there, so I can still adjust the truss rod if I need to. So I'm going to measure where this bar is on my Baretta Vintage, and kind of see if that works on here, and yeah, hopefully it works. Okay, I measured the Baretta Vintage, and it's about 1 inch away. I set the bar on this one at about 1 inch, and I didn't really like where it sat. It wasn't really pushing the high E string enough. It looked like it was barely catching that. So I'm going to go about 3/4 of an inch, if I could speak. And I've set the bar in there at 3/4, and I can still get the truss rod wrench in there. And so that is what we're going to do. So I'm going to take the strings off and measure where that needs to be. I'm definitely going to put some tape down because I'm going to have to be drilling. And yeah, so that's what we're doing. Okay, I put a piece of tape across the guitar just to try to help protect the finish, and also because it's easier to write on tape than it is to write on a guitar. And then I measured out 3/4 of an inch, drew a line. Then I put my E strings back on, so I know I'm going over top of them. Well, I'm actually putting the bar under it right now because it'll make it easier for marking the where the holes are. But this way, I know that I am going to be able to hit the strings when I put this on. Actually, I want to go right there. Okay, I've got one line marked pretty good, and I'm going to get a drill and drill a hole, and then start that screw, and then once that's started holding this, I'll mark the other hole, and that way I know that the holes are spaced right. So yeah, let's grab a drill. Okay, I've got my drill bit in, and I've got a piece of tape so I know where to stop again. I've moved my high E string out of the way, and then I'm going to try to keep the drill parallel to the angle of the headstock, so it's well, just so it goes in right. All right, that is one. Now let's get that started. Still going to go under the strings so that pencil can mark it where I want it to. But then by putting that in there, I know that if I get this lined up with my line, that will tell me exactly where I need to put it. And get on there where you're supposed to be. Yeah, looks like it's going to be lined up good. So, yeah, let's drill the other hole. I'm going to start that screw. Oh yeah, that feels good. All right, now let's actually put it on. Well, let's take the tape off first. That would make some sense. No sense having to peel that tape off later. Grab my other screw. All right, now I'm going to get this where it goes. Come on, stand back up where you need to be. Okay, we're stuck a touch. The screws must not have been exactly perfectly straight, but that's okay because all we have to do is make sure our strings are underneath, and then we know where we're at. Okay. Get back up there, you. Okay. Before I tighten that down anymore, I'm going to tighten up the strings. Shit. All right, so I made the mistake of trying to do this a little bit too fast and not really paying attention to what I was doing, and I ended up having the bar too far forward, and I wasn't catching the high E string. And so I had to move it down closer to the nut, and now I've got a couple extra holes. But it works now. And that is like I've said in all these videos where I'm modifying guitars and stuff. If you don't feel qualified to do this, if you're scared, get a qualified tech to do it. I work on guitars all the time, and it just basically was just not taking my time and paying attention to what I'm doing. But yeah, so yes, I'm going to throw all the strings back on, get this locked down, and yeah, then I guess it's on to the bridge. All right, I've got all the strings back on. I got it tuned up perfectly, and now I'm going to lock the nut down, or lock the locks down, and it should stay in tune if this bar is doing what it's supposed to. Because I don't have fine tuners to adjust it. All right, here we go. That is awesome. So yes, up next is definitely going to be the Floyd, and then yeah, this thing is going to, well, pick up the other stuff I've talked about, but yeah, then yeah, this thing is going to be a rockin' machine. So yes, if you don't mind watching a guy babble and put extra holes in his guitar because he can't slow down and be a little bit more patient. Any other guitar stuff that I do, please hit that subscribe down there. It is so very much appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.